Hey guys, team here at Woodinville Sport and Spine. As you know, 17.1 was released last night, so we're going to show you some really great ways to prepare you for that workout, ways where you can avoid getting injured, as well as ways to help improve your performance during the workout.
So 17.1 is single arm dumbbell snatches and burpee box jump overs. So if you struggle with hamstring flexibility, decrease in thoracic extension, or shoulder mobility, you may have some issues with these movements. Also, when you get tired when doing the dumbbell snatches, because there are a lot of them, you're going to want to round out your low back and get that pull, which is really what you want to try to avoid. You want to make sure that you're keeping your core tight, especially as you're addressing the weight, avoiding rounding out that low back because that's really going to smoke you really soon. So we're going to go over some exercises, some stretches that are going to help you out throughout the workout.
So first thing we're going to work on is going to be lower body mobility and stability. There are three basic exercises we want you guys to focus on. First one's going to be a plank position, shifting back into a downward dog. Dr. Hali here's going to demonstrate it for us. So coming up on your hands and knees, go ahead and push yourself up into a plank position. Make sure those hands are right under your shoulders. Screw those guys into the ground, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Go ahead and bring your hips up a little bit, really engaging, pulling that belly button up to that spine, getting a little bit of core activation. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight back into a downward dog. So weight going back on your heels, hips up nice and high, back nice and flat through there, pushing your shoulders away from your ears. Holding that for a couple seconds, and we're going to shift back to that plank position. Very good. Again, pulling everything down, making sure those hips stay up. Nice engagement through that core. Let's go ahead and shift on back. Through here, we're stretching through that posterior chain, so trying to get those ankles and heels down to the ground, stretching down through those hamstrings, stabilizing that back and stabilizing those shoulders. Good. Next thing we're going to do is a single leg RDL. So with this, it's all going to be about your stability on one foot, as well as eccentrically stretching out that hamstring and working on that rotation and stabilization through your core. So with this, you're just going to go ahead and shift your weight back on your heel. Keep your knee nice and soft. Very good. Just reach down and then squeeze your glutes. Send yourself back up. Very good. Awesome. With this, you can go ahead and do about 5 to 10 on each side. Go ahead, come on back down. Very good. See how she's not rotating through that torso right there. Core is engaged. Hamstring is nice and elongated. Good. Last thing we're going to have you do is going to be a couch stretch. So this one, going to be kneeling with your foot elevated up on a surface, a chair, back of the couch, whatever it may be. Very good. So stretching through that front of that quad into the hip flexors as well. Make sure you're squeezing that glute, tucking your pelvis underneath. And very good. Also, you can add your arm up in order to just increase the stretch a little bit more. So next we're going to work on some overhead drills. First one's going to be wall angels. This one's going to be really crucial in stabilizing your core and low back, as well as opening up some thoracic extension and opening up those shoulders so you can definitely get that dumbbell overhead. So I'm going to have you go ahead and set up against the wall. Very good. If you feel like you can't flatten your back normally, you can definitely scoot your feet a little bit away from the wall, pulling your belly button into the spine, trying to get everything touching, get that chin back. Perfect. What you're going to do is you're going to touch your hands and your elbows, bring that across your chest. Good, awesome. You're going to reach up, touching your fingertips over your head. Very good, there's that thoracic extension. Once you get to the top, you're going to open up your elbows, splay them out, and then drag your arms down, keeping your elbows and hands touching up against the wall. Very good, making sure you're not flaring your ribs out, arching your low back, or getting too much movement in that low back. Very good, and then coming back up and coming down. Very good, it's a wall angel. Next thing we're going to go over is going to be an overhead carry, so making sure that that shoulder is in a perfect position. So I'm going to have Dr. Price demonstrate this guy for us. Very good. So once that weight gets up there, very good. Making sure that's in that perfect neutral position. Awesome. See that spine coming up. You're just going to take about 5 steps each direction. Very good. And relaxing. Good. Make sure that wrist doesn't break, keeping it nice and stiff. Chin stays tucked. Very good. See how his spine staying perfectly neutral. He's not shrugging his shoulder up too much. He's just opening up and stabilizing that shoulder overhead. Awesome. So we hope that these exercises and stretches help you guys out in 17.1. Stay tuned on Monday. We're going to be releasing a recovery video.